What is insanity, you might ask? And that is a good question, especially in today's world of ever-changing concepts and culture mixing. Let's have a look at basic definitions, starting with sanity. Sanity refers to the soundness, rationality and healthiness of the human mind, as opposed to insanity. Roy? Now pay attention to the definition of insanity. Insanity, craziness or madness is a spectrum of behaviors characterized by a certain abnormal mental or behavioral patterns. Insanity may manifest as violations of societal norms, including a person becoming a danger to themselves or others. I can already see some keywords in this definition: abnormal, behavioral patterns, and societal norms. Now, regarding the entire globe, this is pretty vague. Stay with me on this one, right? This is important. You might actually learn something. Having dissected the definition of insanity, I can already conclude that what is and isn't considered insane is based on the kind of society you're living in. Basically meaning where on the planet you live. Something considered insane in one place might go as perfectly normal somewhere else. So we already bump into some problems defining what is insanity on whole. Here are some examples. In Saudi Arabia, beheading someone for being a homosexual is perfectly fine. Even more so, it is a socially acceptable and common practice. But here in Europe or in the Americas, this shit would never fly as normal. This would be easily considered insane. In some regions of Africa, cutting off women's genitals is considered normal and common practice. Because, you know, women should not feel sexual pleasure. According to these sick fucks. Okay, I realize these were some extreme examples. So here are some mild ones. To my knowledge, I don't see a place in which eating shit would be considered normal. But feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Stripping in public. Well, if it's a female, most of us would be alright with it, yeah? But if it's a creepy old man, well, most of us would probably call the police and most likely consider this man somewhat insane. I'm already branching out to insanity based on gender, but that's a topic for another time. The concepts of insanity can even shift from group to group within the same country, city, or even within the same neighborhood. While one group might see crashing your own car on purpose, and I'm talking sober and willingly doing it, right? Just for the fuck of it. To other group of individuals, this might appear totally insane. So do you see what I'm getting at? It all depends. It all depends on where you live, where you're from, and many other aspects upon I will touch upon in the future. But, to be honest, all this going back and forth from one perspective of insanity to another makes my head a little dizzy. That was a fine speech, man, but it lacks in spirit. What? Who are you? Who am I? Who the fuck am I? Let me tell you. I am your most distant memory from the past about what is and isn't normal. I am your dark twin made out of every regret you had in a situation when you hesitated to do something crazy. I am the scourge of your brain that has been eating away at the back of your head every time you drew back from an uncomfortable situation. I am the most vile spawn of your reversed perspective. I am the insanity itself, which you held back all these years from yourself. And together, you and me, we will take on the entire fucking world, because you may not fully realize it, that the world is much more insane than you ever dreamed of. And I'm here to point this out for everyone. You and me, friend, gonna inject massive dosages of insanity, and you shall see how insanity can bring massive truth bombs that will make you gag for air until you'll scream, "No more! Stop! I cannot take this!" Just wait and see. We will shake the foundations of this world to the very core of existence, and all hell will break loose when you'll see the true face of a mankind. The true face that is barely noticed by anyone. The true nature of these walking contradictions and abominations who deny their very selves with every step they take and every turned head when something really wrong happens. Let's fuck this world up the way it fucked up us! Fucking hell, son, you're insane. No! You're insane!